Institute Innovation Council. I have the pleasure of introducing to you Dr. T. Rajendran, Associate Professor, Department of CSE, Savitha School of Engineering, Chennai. Dr. T. Rajendran has an outstanding experience of 12 years in teaching. He has completed his master's degree in CSE from St. Peter's University and received his PhD in Information Technology from Anna University. He is a Cisco certified CCNA instructor and was awarded for 5 years continuous service. He has been certified with silver medal in ethical hacking, a 12-week course conducted by IIT Kharagpur, and certified in essentials of visual modeling with UML 2.0 and racial software architect, and also certified as ISO Information Security Associate and UK certified network security specialist. He has great interest in cybersecurity, networks and distributed systems, data mining, web technology, and software engineering. We are super excited to have you for the session, sir. So without further delay, I would like to call Dr. T. Rajendran, sir, for mentoring the session. Thank you.
Yeah, thanks for your warm introduction.
Thank you, sir.
So my screen is visible to you all?
Yes, sir. Yes.
So once again, good evening to all the participants. Same like you, I'm also excited to present for these Panimala students in this topic called cyber security essentials, and I was added some more points like opportunities because Sir said final year students also is here. Any final year students also there? You can type in comments, yes. So please be interactive. Whenever I ask questions, you may type your comments in your. It is enabled, sir. Chat box is enabled there.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Fine. Any final year students are there? Okay. If anybody is there, you can type yes in the chat box. Okay. So let me get into that session. So today, these are all the topics we are going to discuss. So before I am starting it, I just want to tell one important thing, that is that cyber security is a very vast area. Then we have to discuss a lot about it because you know that today we are facing a lot of issues in the cyberspace. Okay, so we have a lot of cases, we have a lot of case studies and applications, and we have a lot of tools and technologies to talk about it. Even basics also, we have to understand a lot more basics about to understand the cybersecurity concepts and what. So it is like a very huge area to discuss about the cybersecurity. But within the hour, we could not cover everything. I just want to give you an outline on all the topics what I have given today. Okay, so in these all topics, I just give you an outline. Don't take it as these are all, I have covered everything in these topics. Okay, so this is the one important thing I want to tell, and you should understand about it. Yes. So what is cyber security? So can you know that most of them, what you think about it, cyber security means some what is that, attacks you are going to be facing. Okay. So then we are protecting the mobile devices. So like that we are thinking that, okay, same way it is also included. But here, what is cyber security means? So we have to give the protection for the cyberspace. Okay, what is called cyberspace means, so all the electronic devices and all the devices which is connected with internet. Okay, all the devices which is connected with internet is going to be called as a cyberspace. Okay, so directly or indirectly, the devices which is connected with net connection or networking. So this is going to be, this environment is going to be called as a cyberspace. Okay, so then we have to be we have to give the protection for this cyberspace on two things. One is we have to be protect the unauthorized access on the particular devices, and also we have to be protect from the harmfulness. Okay, so device may be crash or like that, it is going to be happen. two may happen. One is unauthorized access to steal our data. Another one thing is they're going to try to crash our systems. Okay, so we have to be protected on these two cases. So this is the main purpose of the cyber security. Then where we have to defending this all, we have to be defending on these some key devices I'm mentioning here: computers, servers, mobile devices. But it is not limited to. Even if you take IoT devices, okay, then if you take a remote cars, that is IoT enabled cars, okay, everything is comes under the cyberspace only. I just mentioned only few of it. Okay, we have to defend on the unauthorized access and hacking activities against these kind of devices is going to be called as a cyber security. So why we have to know about the cyber security? As we are all the tech students, especially in computer science students, so we have to be know about what is the importance of cyber security. Why we have to be know about? We have to be understand about what is called cyber security. Why it is needed? What is the importance of the cyber security? First, we have to know about it. So here, the first importance I'm going to be tell for you as on your perception. Okay, so you may be a techie or generally, what is the purpose of everybody is studying? What is the basic need of it? We have to get the job. At the end of our studies, we have to get the job. Two things. One is we are going to gain the knowledge. Based on the knowledge, we have to get the job. This is the main objective of us. Okay. So here we have to be get the job is also one of the main objective of that. Okay. So if you learn the cyber security concepts, so there is a lot of chances that you can get the job in a high paying companies. Okay. So here that indeed, you know that it is a recruitment portal. So they are going to be listed. The cyber security is the top 5 is the highest paying job. It is one of the top 5 highest paying jobs. Okay, it is like that. It is listed. So these are all the certifications which is available. These are all industry certified. Okay, so these are all industrial certifications. So it is going to be it is listed as a top 10. Actually, nowadays it is 2021. Even in 2021 also, these are all the 10 paying top 10 paying certifications in this current scenario. So in this, the first one, you can notice it. What is the first one? So it is a CISSP. Okay, so this is the first job is going to be, this is the first certification which is giving you more payment, more salary. Okay, so this is the importance of that. In this top 10, if you take that, around 4 certifications is comes under the, what is that? Cyber security based. Okay, so that much importance is there in this today's scenario. We can get more jobs with that. So that is the most importance. I'm going to give it as a student perception. Okay, so as a student perception, as you are a young fellows, you should want to know about this is the first importance on the cyber security area. Second important thing is that, so what happened to our data? So whether our data is protected. So that is the next important concern about it. So users data and privacy. Okay, so what are all our data? Okay, so data on computing devices, medical data, employment, information, online what is available, your identity like Aadhaar card, PAN card, then education data, then financial data. So these are all the basic data, important data about you. Okay, so these are all the major categories of your personal user data. Okay, so this data can be available in both online and offline. Okay, so both the way we can take it. For example, if I want to know about you offline, how can I know it? Okay, I can chat with your friend and then I can get all the details about you, which school you studied, what is your date of birth. Like that I can get the data also. Okay, so like that also I can get the identity. So these are all the users data that we can get through online and offline. Okay, so now whatever the data it may be. Okay, so where the data it is now, mostly in the cyberspace. Today we know that now we are in information age. Okay, so all the things is internet based, social engineering. Okay, so everybody, social media is the powerful tool today. So what happened? So all the data, so all our important identity and all our important information is available online. Okay, so even the strangers, that unknown persons also very well know about us than our father or mother. I am right. Okay, so what is happening? How they are getting these all things through the social engineering or through that social media? I can gather more details on you, and then medical records I can get. Okay, so like this, there are a lot of informations that can be gathered through online. But what is happening? Whether they are gather the data, okay, on each and every purpose they are gathering the data. But what about our data? Whether it is safe? Okay, it is a biggest question mark. Everyone know about it. Okay, so what do you know about it? Okay, so each and every organization is selling our data. Google is selling to Facebook, Facebook selling to Google. Okay, so everybody is selling, exchanging the data to one to another person. Okay, so how much our identity is secured? Okay, so this is the very biggest problem in today. Okay, so all our computing devices, almost every device, as a mobile device or laptop, everything, all the devices are exposed to online. Everything is connected. Once if it is connected with online, our data is not safe. Why? Because you know that network is an open technology. Okay, what is that? OSI model. Like, what is that OSI model? Open system interconnection. Okay, so what is happening here? Every system is connected openly. It is not secured. We have to bring more technology over the network technology, existing technology, to get the security. What I am coming to tell means, by default network is not the what is that, the data is not safe. Whatever it is transferred, it is going to be exposed to everyone. So I will show you a small demo on Wireshark, how your data is going to be exposed. So I just want another confirmation whether my screen is visible.
Yes, sir. It's visible.
Okay, all screen is visible, right? Desktop, everything. Okay. So how many of them are know about Wireshark? You can type in chat. If you worked in Wireshark, you can type yes in the chat. Actually, when we open the, one second, I will open the Wireshark because it is not showing my network interface. I am trying again. Yes, students, you please be interactive. Okay. Okay. So now you see. So these are all the active connections is now available in my computer. So I am selecting this Wi-Fi because you see that there is a lot of traffic is going there. So look at this. So what you are seeing here, what you are seeing in my screen, you can type in the chat box. Can anyone tell what you are seeing in my you can type in the chat box what you are seeing in my screen. I am looking for your answers. No one is seeing anything here in this Wireshark. Can you tell what you are seeing here? What, Sadish sir? You have given any instruction? You should not disturb the resource person like that.
No, sir, nothing like that.
The
Students, please
students are
interact
very
with
much.
him because he is valuable resource. He can show you
Everybody is.
many important concepts. Please
Okay, fine.
interact with him.
Okay, good. Reddy Prasad is started, initiated. Some types of quotes. Okay, I will show again. Look at here. What you are seeing here. So make it fast. We have 1 hour only, right? Some types of code. IP addresses, very good. IP address, yeah. So this is I'm expecting IP addresses. Okay, any other? Time, source, destination, very good. Some IP addresses, very good. Okay, fine. So what is this all? So what it is basically? So, and time being, I am stopped the things. Okay. So what is this all? What it is running here? So the some source, some destination, okay, port, protocol, everything is there, right? Okay. So what is this? So here, this is going to be called as a packet. Okay. So this each and everything is going to be called as a packet. Do you have you heard the word packet anywhere? Did you hear the word called packet anywhere? Please message me. If you heard means type yes. Okay. So can I know where you heard this word packet? Where did you hear this word packet?
For students, you can unmute yourself and then you can talk if you know the answer. No problem.
Yeah, very good. So Jivita Vasant is tell that networking, computer networking. Okay, so here, so this is what it is means. It is going to be called as a tool called Wireshark. Wireshark basic purpose is that packet sniffer. The basic purpose of the Wireshark is the packet sniffer. Okay, so what is packet sniffer means? A packet sniffer is a tool which is going to be monitor all the incoming and outgoing packets, and it is going to be show all the information which is containing on the packets. Okay, look at here. If it is if I am selecting any one packet, you see there are different things is there. What is this? This is going to be called as what? Layers, right? In networking, you can see the layers. Okay, so in layer wise, it is showing all the informations. In each layer, what information is there? It is showing all the informations. So initially, it is data link layer, frame, and then it is in that transport layer, then IP protocol. Okay, so these both are data link layer, and then this is network layer, and this is TCP layer, that is transport layer. Okay, and this is the data. Data means your application layer. Okay, so likewise in TCP IP protocol, in TCP, why it is taking a TCP IP protocol data means because you know that all our network and all our system is connected through the TCP IP protocol only. You are configured only through TCP IP protocol, right? You are IP configuring. You are entering the IP address and all where you entered. You are entered on the TCP IP protocol only. So like this, you see, you can see that lot of data is going to be passing here. Here, if you see the data, so this is the data is carrying on the packet. This is the data it is carrying on the packet. Then we can see that what is the source address, what is the destination address. Okay, so where the packet is going, where the packet is coming, for what purpose the packet is coming. So how can you see that purpose means through the transport layer you can see that. Because UDP protocol, you can see that filtered packets, all the packets are what? UDP. Why the UDP is transferred lot? Can anyone guess it? Why there is lot of UDP packets are transferred during this time? Can anyone tell that? Why the UDP packets are sending more than any other packets? Because you know that all that what I am doing, that I am using that chatting, right? I am using that Google Meet to make a video chat, group chat. So in this, what protocol is basically using for media transmission? UDP protocol is using, right? Okay, so that's what all the UDP protocol is transferring. So you can filter the data like this, HTTP. So what HTTP is transferred here? So no HTTP. So then how many UDP is transferred? Okay, so like that you can filter based on the protocol and you can check it, what it is going to be done. Why I am showing this protocol, that is Wireshark to you means, you see, if you are sitting in one, you just imagine it, you are sitting in one, what is that, you are going for KFC chicken, and if you are going for any McDonald's restaurant, like that if you are going to any one place, and what they are going to give, they are giving what? Complimentary Wi-Fi connection, free Wi-Fi connection. I am right? So what is happening? You are eagerly taking this kind of Wi-Fi connection in this restaurants, free Wi-Fi connections and all. So what will happen if I am using the packet tracer within my Wi-Fi connection? I can access all your data through this kind of tools. Okay, so this is the main problem with that. Okay, so it doesn't know how much our data is exposed to others. So next important cyber security thing is that organizational assets. Okay, so if you take this event in 2017, there is a ransomware attack is happened in all over the world. So that ransomware is called WannaCry ransomware attack. Who is affected mostly means India and USA. Okay, India, USA, Australia is affected most due to this WannaCry, that is a ransomware attack. What is happening? They are going to be hijack all the servers. Okay, even Ford, US based Ford company server is hijacked. Okay, so what happened? If I am hijacked the Ford company server, then immediately I can make, what is that? I can make use of all the data from the Ford company, and then even I can control all the cars, remote cars. Okay, so that is driverless cars, autonomous cars are there. Even I can get all the data of that Ford cars, and I can make a control on the cars also. Okay, this much of threat has been given to the consumers. This much of threat is given to the organizations. So now what happened if this kind of attacks is occurred in big organizations? What is drastically down? The first important thing is that goodwill. Okay, the trust on the company has been drastically getting down. So immediately the share price is dropped. All the company share prices has been get lost. Okay, huge losses has been faced. Why? Because the trust has been broken. So that is the another importance for the organizations. Next importance is that very soon we are going to be facing the wars called cyber war. Okay, even if you take recently that Galwan clash is occurred, no, in Pulwama. Okay, so what is happening? Even the Galwan, after the Galwan clash, the Chinese hackers is aggressively attacking our Indian servers. Okay, almost 300% of attacks has been increased in only 1 week during the attack. Okay, so now what happened? Our Indians are going to be feel bad about the Chinese is entering into our border, and we are feel about it. But the Chinese is making a revenge by giving the cyber attacks. Okay, so likewise, so due to that problem only, Indian government has blocked all the Chinese apps. You may remember it during the COVID time. Why they have banned all the things means because of this reason only. There is huge increase in the cyber attacks from the Chinese servers. So for that purpose only, it is all the apps has been blocked. Most of the apps. So here, this is another example. Stunnex malware. It is a malware is injected in the Iran's nuclear plant, and then they are going to be entirely block the electricity. Okay, so they are what is happening? They are going to be hack the grid of the electricity, and they are going to be block the supply of the electricity, and then the entire country has been, what happened? That electricity has been shut down due to this malware. Okay, so then what is happening? So they are going to be suspected because this attack has been done by US and Israel. Okay, so this is a suspect, and it is going to be happened on 2010. So what is happening? The US has taken the revenge on Iran through the cyber attack. So this is another example of cyber war. There is a lot of examples is there. Then another importance is there that regulations and laws. Okay, so even to curtail these kind of attacks, so a lot of regulations is newly developed, and they are going to be establishing the new rules. Okay, so these are all the most common and most well versed and commonly used regulations which is going to be followed. So our duty, we have to understand, our duty, we have to know about these all as a tech people. We should know and understand about these all regulations and laws which is abide on the cyber security if you want to be a better cyber security professional. So next is that cyber threats. So there are two kinds of cyber threat will be there. One is external threat, another one is internal threat. Okay, so that the attacks which is coming outside is going to be called as external threat. The threat is going to be occurred within the organization is going to be called as the internal threat. Okay. Examples, internal theft means if you see that an employee is going to be theft some data is going to be called as the internal threat. An employee, okay, so unauthorized employee is also an internal threat. External threat means malware, spyware is going to be called as an external threat. So these are all the threat classifications, mostly malware. Malware means you know that viruses, Trojan horses, okay. So these are all the various kinds of malwares, okay, variety of malwares is there. And then intrusion. Intrusion means without without our knowledge, a person is getting inside our computers or our network resources and trying to access our data or trying to get our information is going to be called as intrusion. And then blocking. What is blocking means denial of service. Okay, so they are going to be make the resource is unavailable. They are going to block your service. Okay, this is going to be blocking. So what are the various types of attacks is being applied on the cyberspace means? So the first is denial of, and it is a typical and most commonly occurred attack is going to be called as a denial of service attack. So what is that means? I already said, right? So making our resources unavailable to the customers or the particular things. Okay, for example, if you take Facebook itself, if I want to make a denial of service attack on the Facebook server, what I have to do, I want to continuously make a huge traffic to that particular server. Then what happened, the server is busy with responding to me only, then obviously others will not get any response to that. Okay, this is the one kind of denial of service attacks. Okay, so a lot of things is there. You can make a denial of service on routers, you can make a denial of service on Wi-Fi's. Okay, like that we can make a lot of attacks on this kind of denial of service through these methods. Okay, these are all typical methods. Sync flooding. In TCP/IP we have a what is that? Three-way handshake. In the three-way handshake, synchronizing is the sync packet is there. So through the sync packet we are going to be making an attack. Okay, that is two-way handshake. Through the two-way handshake we can make an attack. Next one is ping of death. What is ping of death means? Making the ping size more. You know what is ping, right? Okay. If I am pinging, yeah. So what is there? What I have pinged the google.com, right? Okay, so this is the IP address of the Google. This is the IP address of the Google. So this is IPv6 version. And then you can see that how much bytes has been sent for ping. Can you please type the numbers? How much size the packet has been pinged? Okay. Just now I have seen that unknown sender. There are a lot of terror boys are there. Okay. Okay, no issue. Why I am asking the questions like this means to make the session interactive. Okay, so because you know that we are in online, so everyone is in remote places. Okay, so we have to be make interactive. Then only you will be also active in the session. So for that purpose only I am asking the questions. Okay, no issues. Thanks for the answer, Rebkha. So 32 bytes. Okay, so what happened? I am sending the 32 bytes to Google and I am checking the Google is reachable. Okay, then the Google is replied to me within this time frame. Okay, so within this time frame, it is within 91 millisecond. Okay, so on each ping, I am sending 32 bytes. How many ping has been done? 4 times. Okay, 4 times I am sending 32 bytes. For this 4 times, it is giving the reply. Or you understand? So this is called ping. Now what I can do, instead of 32 bytes, I will increase into some megabytes. Okay, so when I'm making that packet size into some megabytes like 200 MB or 300 MB and I'm trying to reach the particular server through the ping command itself. Now what happened, the packet size will be increasing. Automatically the server will not able to respond to us. This is going to be called as a ping to death, ping of death. Okay, so till the server is get crashed, it is pinging it. Okay, every millisecond it is sending some MBs of data to the server till it is getting hanged. Okay, so next flooding attacks, other flooding attacks. So the next is buffer overflow attacks is there. Okay, so buffer means main memory. Okay, we know that main memory is a very minimum memory which is consisting on our every things. Okay, now what happened, they are going to be increasing the coding variable sizes. Everybody is using that variables, right? The variables are storing in our main memory. Whenever the code is opened on web browser or whenever the coding is going to be running on the client machine, what will happen? The variable is going to be creating on the main memory. Now what happened? I am going to be increasing that variable size enormously, and I am going to be using that very large, very huge amount of variables. Then what happened? For my one particular application itself, all the main memory is consumed by the server machine. So obviously what happened? Other application cannot get running on the particular machine, getting hang and get it is crash. Okay, this is going to be called as a buffer overflow attacks. Next one is IP spoofing. It is also known as a masquerade attack. So what is IP spoofing means? Instead of the original IP address, the another IP address has been masked. Most of the movies you are seeing this all. Okay. Then session hijacking, it's also you can see in most of the movies. Virus and malwares, everyone is facing that. This very recent and very dangerous one is the ransomware. What is ransomware means? They are going to be encrypting our entire data in our machine. For example, in your laptop, if the ransomware attack has been occurred, now what happened? All your data has been encrypted. That is, the format has been changed. Now, even though you have a data, you could not see that what data it is. Everything is encrypted. So the key is available with the hijacked person. Now what happened? You want to pay to the particular person, and we have to get the key to decrypt it. Okay. So this is going to be called as a ransomware. So this is the very dangerous one. Today's most of the attack is going to be done because they are earning huge amount of money. I will show one demo on this. Can anyone give your email ID? Or you do one thing, how many of them are using laptops? Thank you. So those who are using laptops, you can also try this. Okay. So go to the website. Google search is that how I have been pawned. Type this in your Google. Then you can go to the first result. I have been pawned the website. Okay. Now I am going to use this Jivita email ID to scan that. Okay. Yeah, it is very good. Jivita email ID has been pawned by only one website, that is Dubsmash. So when the Jivita is registered his email ID with Dubsmash, okay. Now what happened in December 2018, the Dubsmash database has been hacked. Okay. So how much data has been theft? Around 160 million unique email addresses and your usernames and your passwords. Okay. Everything has been hacked. Okay. So this is what happened. Now tell me, so Jivita email ID is showing that only one breaches. How many of them are scanned your email ID and how many breaches has been shown? Can you share your numbers? You can type the numbers, how many breaches your email ID has been occurred. No breaches, very good. Oh, excellent. So if it means your email ID is safe, it is not exposed. Now come to this point, the Jivita email ID. Jivita, can you answer me the same password what you used for Dubsmash, you can use it for some other website also? Please, yes or no only.
No, sir.
Oh, okay, very good. You are used a unique password for Dubsmash.
No, sir.
Oh, my question is that the password what you have provided for Dubsmash, whether you have used the same password in any other websites like Gmail or LinkedIn like that, any other account you are using the same password?
No, sir. No, sir. Different password only.
Different password. Yeah, you are very smart. Okay. So if it's so, then your password is safe at least. Okay. So suppose you just think about it, whether you are using the same password in some other website also. What I can do, I can very easily using your email ID and password with other websites also. Just think about it. When I am using the Dubsmash, okay, in the dark website it is available. All the exposed, all the leaked databases is available in the dark website. Okay, dark website. So I can get your all the databases. Then I can try with some other websites also. Okay, like Gmail and other things, LinkedIn, even in other banking-based services also I can check. Then I can try to fetch the access. Okay, or you understand that importance of that using a different passwords in different websites, because we doesn't know when the server is get hacked. So it is very important we have to use different passwords for each account. Okay. So now we see that what is the defense mechanism which is generally which is using in this cybersecurity area. So here this is going to be called as a CAA, confidentiality, integrity and availability. This is going to be called as a pillars of information security. Okay. So this is the main policy. So requirement, we can also call it as a requirement. If you want to provide a security for any application or device, so these three is very important. It should be, what is that? It should meet these three important things: confidentiality, integrity and availability. So what is confidentiality means? So this is the mechanism of encryption and authentication. Encryption, you know that, changing the formats. Next, accurate and trustworthy. Okay, integrity means whether the person who are interacting, it should be accurate. Okay, so then the person, for example, I am receiving a mail, I want to ensure whether I am receiving the mail from the particular person. For example, if I am receiving a mail for bank statement, or if I am receiving a mail from a bank to reset my password, whether I want to ensure whether the mail has been received from the particular bank website or not. Okay, so this is going to be called as a integrity. Next one is availability. So what is availability? Whenever you want to access anything on the network, that should be available. Okay. So usually this kind of availability has been blocked due to the denial of service attacks. Okay. So we have to ensure our devices and applications are always available to the users. So these are all the general things. So how we can defend the security. Okay. So this is all very depth concepts: perimeter security approach, layered security approach, hybrid approach. Perimeter means this is very old method. The security has been established only on the border level only. For example, protecting the network gateway level by using the firewall is going to be called as a perimeter security approach. Layered security approach means each level. Okay, each and every level we can protect. For example, data level and network level, user level, okay, and then even physical level. Okay, so how we are going to be establishing the security on each level? Okay, level by level, the security enforced should be there. Okay, for example, we can keep the cameras and security persons, physical security persons, to not allow the unauthorized person to enter in our secured premises. For example, what is that? Even in our office, okay, unknown person should not enter. Even in that office itself, only the particular persons can enter into that one particular places, like document room, okay, then locker rooms. So on these places, only the authorized person can enter. How can we ensure? Okay, ensure through biometric. These are all secondary, but physically, how can you protect it? By keeping one security person. Okay, then monitoring the persons, those who are coming and going. Okay, so like this, we can ensure who is coming and who is going, and we have to be physically also, we have to get the security measures of physical level. Next one is, once if it is physically entered, then how they are going to be access our machines. Okay, whether the user is using authenticate, only authorized persons are using the machines. Okay, only the authenticated data is accessed by the user. Okay, so this is the levels. Okay, mission, when you switch on the mission, a password for the mission. Okay, even in some cases, what is that, BIOS level, in boot level also we can keep password. Next, we have to keep the password for Windows level. Then we have to keep the password for application level. Okay, this is going to be called as a layered security approach. Okay, on each and every layer, how are you going to be protecting? So these are all the another measures, another tools, technologies which is used for our security establishment. One is firewall, So to block the unauthorized access between the outsiders to the insiders. Okay. So the firewall is the basic purpose of monitoring the traffic, whichever is coming inside and going outside. So that is data inflow and outflow. Okay. So whenever you want to be block any particular IP address, whenever you want to block any URL through firewall, you can block it. An intrusion detection system. So what is intrusion detection system? And the advanced level is intrusion prevention system. What does that means? Now the person is crossed the firewall. Okay, now the person is entered into our network. Okay, how he is entered in our network? By crossing the firewall. He is authenticated by the firewall and it is entered into our network to access some data. Now, after entered in our network environment, we have to monitor what activity the user can do, whether the legible activity has been done or any malicious activity has been done by the user. Like that, closely we are going to be monitoring the activity of the person. Okay, this is going to be called as the intrusion detection system or intrusion prevention system, by monitoring the activities of the users or monitoring the activities of the network connections. Okay, so this is called intrusion detection system. So how it is being done? So host based intrusion is there, network based intrusion is there, network level, organization level. Then the detection has been done in two ways. One is signature based, another one is anomaly based. What is signature based means previous hacking methods. Okay, how the users, what are all the behaviors or malicious behavior that has been stored in a database. Okay, if the same behavior is exhibited by the user, then it is going to be a signature has been matched. For example, if you take a virus, I am telling for a virus what the virus can be do. Okay, when the virus is entered, what will do? It is accessing all the data, is trying to fetch and access all the files, and is modifying the file. Okay, bulk by bulk. Okay, for example, all the Word files has been corrupted. Like this is going to try to do the activity in a bulk way. Okay, so this is going to be called a signature, one signature. When the one file is trying to access multiple files and is trying to do a same activity, then it's going to be called as one suspicious activity. So this is going to be stored as a signature. When the same activity is again happened with any application, then it is going to be blocked. Okay, same anomaly based means so if any unknown activity, for example, password, okay, 5 times you are trying the password, or if you see that you are trying to access one IP address continuously, you are trying to give the get the data. Okay, so like this pinging again and again, pinging on some particular data again and again, you are trying to crack the password. Like that, it is going to be called as the anomaly based redirections. Next, you know that cryptography, okay, encryption and decryption. This is the another important technique. In data level, we can establish this cryptography for all the, even if you take our WhatsApp also, what the WhatsApp is doing that, it is saying that, what it is saying, end-to-end encryption is enabled, right? So the encryption has been done, the technology is called as a cryptography. Okay, so then from our side, what we have to do? So as a users, we have to be responsible for our side. We have to keep the strong passwords. Okay, don't use the unknown sources, don't access the unknown sources. Okay, for example, you want to download more movies and you want to download some songs and all. Okay, what will happen? Most of the time you not get the songs. You are clicking more link by link by link by link. At last, what do you get? You doesn't get anything. They are asking to sign up. Okay, so this is going to be called as that. So what happened? They are going to be keep you in trap. At last, you are going to be download some file. The file will be a malware or spyware. Okay, so like that, you could not access the things. Next, avoid spams. Okay, so advertisements. Don't click the advertisements. We have a habit of sharing that things. Now also, what happened during the recently, some link has been shared, right? You will have a surprise gift. Press this link. In WhatsApp, it's spreading very fast. Okay, those who have clicked it, gone. Your mobile has been compromised. Okay, so avoid the spams. Don't click the links unnecessarily. Okay, even if you get a 5,000 rupees worth gift for 1 rupee, don't click it. Okay, you may lose 10,000. Next, you have to, this is very important, you have to patch the OS and software. This is very important because we have seen, right, 2017 ransomware attack. Okay, almost USA and India, Australia, most of the countries are worstly affected. Why? Because means the ransomware has been done based on those who are not apply the patch on Windows 7. In Windows 7, one important patch has been updated. Security patch has been updated by the Windows, but the update is not, Microsoft is released the patch for Windows 7, but the patch is not updated by our people. Okay. So those who are not updated this, so those who got affected with the ransomware, WannaCry ransomware. Okay. This is how we have to regularly update our OS. If you have even antivirus software, that should be updated. All the softwares keep on, you have to be updated. Okay, these are the various roles you can go and work in the organizations as a network administrator, security analyst. Okay, so various opportunities are there. Okay, you can take it as a career and you can shine in this career. There is a lot of openings, opportunities are there. So these are all the various roles. Okay, these are all the roles. You can join, you can take your certifications like this and you can join in any company. So these are all the certifications that will give you a job very easily for you all. Try to get the industry certificate. Okay, so this will increase your profile. Okay, that will give the trust, that will give the high impact on your profile. The employers may easily recruit you. So like this, you can go ahead. So that's all about the session, what I want to discuss with you all. Now you may ask the questions.
Students, if you have any questions, you can ask sir. He's ready to answer. Sir, I think there is no question, sir.
Okay. Okay. Okay, fine.
So thank you so much for your valuable information, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Guys, a small request. I have posted a feedback form in the chat box. Do fill it out.
For the participants.
Okay, thanks for this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, for giving us a valuable session, and it is very useful, sir.